I need to know who you with. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. It's episode 6 of season 1 of Par, and this one is called Who You With. And things have definitely stepped up this episode as the big man, Kanan kicks off the episode. We're in prison. He's revealed that his court case could be getting thrown out and he could be getting released a lot sooner due to like a corrupt officer, essentially, which, you know, perfect timing. I'm glad that 50 Cent ain't getting wasted in prison for like 6 seasons. Spoiler alert, at least he's going to get out very soon. But I'm glad of this. This is definitely the correct decision. We then see Ghost and Tommy talking with one of the guys. To be honest, I've actually no idea what this guy's name is, but I'm well aware of who it is. It's one of like the leaders of like the crews that they sell and distribute drugs to. He plays a pretty big part in the next few episodes, so I should remember his name. But I feel like they've done a good job with Ruiz. But in terms of like this guy, I have no idea. I would be absolutely having a pure guess, man. Ghost and Tommy talk, and Tommy has to remind Ghost that it's his wife's birthday. And then he comes home and he's like, oh, I thought you forgot. He's like, nah. Tasha, I remember it's your birthday, man. Of course I didn't, man. He's too busy getting stuck into Angela's knickers, man, to even know about this. We then see Nomar. He's getting wired up, which, of course, they're making loads of jokes about. It doesn't really look like at this point it's going to go all that good for him. He's like, I thought you were the snake, man. He's like, shut the fuck up, which I thought was funny. And at this point, Tommy and his new date are going forward. Then we see Sean. He visits his dad in jail. Kind of gives his dad the lowdown. His dad's like, here, trust me, boy. And I just cannot wait for when Kanan's out in the street. Really looking forward to it. Angela and Ghost go to a hotel room, but then she receives a devastating phone call and she has to go. It turns out her dad's in a nursing home and he's just fading. His dementia or whatever is kicking in. We see her here, she breaks down, and he sees Ghost and he's like, Ghost, you're that criminal, you're that drug dealer, you're that thug, you bastard. And this is a joke as well at the same time, because Tommy phones Ghost. He's like, right, we gotta go meet Ruiz. And Ghost just completely blows Tommy off here. He's like, nah, I want to sit with Angela. Which I think Ghost's priorities need to be laid straight here. I mean, Tommy is going here into an essential death trap. If Ruiz's crew suspects him, which they kind of do, this is absolutely disastrous for him. Absolutely disastrous for him going in here. And Ghost is just willing to let him go in alone. Like, let's be real, like, Ruiz's crew could have absolutely killed Tommy. And I feel like not much gets done about how, like, little Ghost does, but how much Tommy does. I get it, he's trying to run a crew, he's trying to go legit. But what I would have liked this season is, like, a proper scene of Tommy confronting Ghost. I know you could say it's season 1, maybe they want to save that for later down the line or something, but I feel like how Ghost has been treating this has been nothing short of a joke. So Tommy gets patted down, he goes into the apartment complex to where Ruiz is, and he pays him a wee visit. Has to give up all his guns and his knives. Meanwhile, while this is all going down, obviously Nomar is in the same building, or the same room of the flat, the apartment, whatever you want to call it. And he's wearing a wire, so they hear someone, but they obviously can't hear it quite who it is. Nomar then pulls up at the door where Ruiz and Tommy are talking, and he tells the guys guarding the door to go. I've got Ruiz's back, and then he puts the wire up to the door. They don't really hear all the conversation because it's muffled, but they obviously hear words like Ghost, and it finally gets them getting that name, Ghost. But at this point, we have Tommy and Ruiz talking. Tommy's like, you really think this was us? And Ruiz is like, hell, I don't know. But they're kind of suspicious about who it could be. But once Ruiz says it was a woman, Tommy puts 2 and 2 together. Like, it was a woman that attacked their courier back at the end of episode 1. So it must be the same woman. She goes by wearing these pink sneakers. Oh yeah. So you know this is a pretty good meet and a pretty good sit down between these two. So obviously peace has been made. It's went all right for Tommy. I guess it could have ended a lot worse. But what's Ghost doing? Ghost does not give a fuck about these guys, man. He really doesn't. And then we hear Medina, he's in the fan outside the building. He's like, fuck it, I want to look at Ghost if he's in the building. And he storms in. But at this point, Tommy and Ruiz make good. And as Tommy's leaving, it's quite interesting here because Medina comes up the elevator as soon as Tommy uses the stairs. And then, like, really suspiciously, he's like, I was looking for floor 15. And, like, no, man, down one, bro. Which I thought was quite a funny scene. Tommy then phones Ghost, and then Ghost, like, blanks him again. It's like, what in the fuck is going on here? We then see Ghost and Angela. They're having, like, a milkshake, and Tommy finally goes to where he's at because he finds this information out for Cantos. Obviously, it's, like, the first time Tommy and Angela have seen each other in, like, 18 years, but I thought this was actually quite a good scene. And he's like, you know who'd like to hear all these stories that we're all telling each other here? Your wife, Ghost. Tasha. And it's like kind of like twisting the knife. Then he leaves, and Angela and Ghost kind of share like a look at each other, and they leave. And she's like, "What are we doing, Ghost?" And Ghost is like, "Yeah, but I love you, Angela." How's this relationship going to play out? I know it's obviously waiting on the big reveal for her finding out that he's Ghost, which I'm looking forward to. But it's going to be interesting to see if he completely cuts all ties with Tasha before she finds out. I think that is what's going to be completely interesting. We then get Ghost confronting Tommy, and I like this scene. We kind of see these two butting heads, and then Ghost is like, "Well, you said that it couldn't have been. You said it had to be Ruiz, and now you think it's not Ruiz," which is a valid point. Everybody that seems they think it is, it turns out that it's not. But I guess you've got to trust your gut at some point or another. We then have Tasha's birthday party. Not an awful lot goes down here. Tasha spots the earrings that Tommy's girlfriend stole. She confronts her about it, and Tommy lies and says, "Yeah, I bought her them," which is a pretty extreme lie for Tommy to make. But see, to be honest, he's probably thinking, well, Ghost has fucking jobbed me out, so you know what, I'm going to actually back my girlfriend here, which I think is fair enough for Tommy to go down this route, and being honest. Tasha then starts singing, but then Ghost receives a phone call for Angela, and he takes it, obviously pissing Tasha off as she was singing, which I think was wrong. We then see Cantos and Ghost. They meet with one of these like nightclub billionaire guys, man. Like, amount of money I've got, so look like they're going to open a chain here. Tommy then reveals to his girlfriend what he finally is. He says, "I'm the biggest fucking drug dealer in NYC," which I thought was pretty funny. But again, can he really trust her? She could be a fucking... I'm not saying she is a fed, like, but she could have been. Absolutely could have been. Angela and Ghost end up in bed, and then we just end with like a montage of those two getting it on, get it on. Sean then buys Tasha like a necklace, which she's like, I can't take this. What would Ghost think? And then he's like, "Yeah, right." And I'm like, "Oh, Sean, don't let it slip that that he's pumping somebody. God damn, do not let it slip." And then as the episode ends, we see Angela going through the tapes, of course, that the wire that Nomar was wearing played out, and she writes the name Ghost down. So at this point, the FBI have finally found out, like, could this guy be called Ghost? But obviously, they would think that Ghost would be Tommy. But obviously, they didn't see Tommy, so that's it. Makes it very, very intriguing, guys. But anyway, I want you to leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, that is it for this episode of Power. I'm going to get a 7. If I could give it a 7.5, I would. But the only way we do halves, guys, on this channel, if one of us gives an 8, one of us gives a 7. But guess what? I'm the only one reviewing this show. I feel like it is the best episode of the season so far. But we'll see who can surpass it. I'm not giving it an 8, but I'll give it a 7. But it's still the best episode. So anyway, guys, till next time, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.